Hi, welcome back to Layden's Hollow. I'm up in my workshop today. It's been raining, snowing, windy outside today. Not a very nice day outside, so I thought I'd take you guys along today and show you how to build a swallow birdhouse. They're great to have on farms, homesteads, or even your home in the city. Those things eat a lot of bugs. So yeah, let's get into it, and I'll show you guys exactly how it's done. I'm actually going to cut all the pieces first, and then I'll show you actually the size of the pieces, how they fit together, and why they go together the way they do. Alright, I'll take you guys along. So I have all the pieces cut. It only took like maybe 5 minutes to get them all cut. I had to work out sizes to get things work. Now most people think that swallow birdhouses has to be certain specific sizes. That's not true. They found swallow birds' nests in old boxes in farms, old crates. Anything that a swallow can get into, they'll nest if they can't find anything else. So, you know, these are the basic specs that most people use when they're doing their birdhouses for swallows, I should say. Now if you're a homesteader, they're probably one of the most important birdhouses you can have around, because swallows, I think what the average swallow eats in bugs or flying insects every day is around 850 or so. That's what maintains their body size, and it's actually more when they're feeding babies. So yeah, like if you have animals on your homestead, or it's a farm, or anything, even if you're in the city, you know, bugs are bugs. Swallows are a great bird to have around. They're fun to actually watch, them pick the flies out of the sky. It's pretty amazing how fast they are. So okay, I'll get right into this. I'm going to zoom you guys down so you can actually see what I'm doing here. So yeah, this is the bottom. The bottom I make 5 by 5. These are the sides. There's 2 of these. This point, the short point, to the long point here, short. This is the short edge. It is 8 inches. I do mine at 15 degrees. You can do them at whatever degree you like to give you the proper angle. Well, to give you an angle, there's no such thing as a proper angle. It'll just give you an angle for the water to run off. Now this is the top. Now I always cut, because I have a 15-degree angle. Things are falling down back there. The cat's back there climbing around. So I cut a 15-degree angle here because I have a 15-degree angle that this is actually the roof that's actually going to be sitting on it like this, and this will go up against the back. Now the back I made it 6.5 inches wide, so that it actually is the same width as the building once I put it together, and the roof sits on with an overhang. Now there's lots of people that say, oh, you got to have it so that you can open up a swallow's house and clean it out every year. I don't know where those things came from, because it's definitely not true. I've built many swallow houses. I've never put a doorway so you can get in and mess up their home. My opinion, if, like, even with all the birdhouses, and I build thousands of different types of birdhouses. Over the last 5 years, I've probably built 200 or 300 every year. I never put doorways so humans can get in there and tear it apart on them. Because the thing is if you get in and you tear it out, the birds won't come back. Because it's being damaged, in their opinion, I guess, and they just don't seem to want to come back anymore. So I leave my birdhouses alone. Now if it gets to the point where they can't, but birds clean out their own nests. If you watch a bird, even in a birdhouse that you put out the year before, and he comes back and he's nesting, you can watch him. He actually cleans the nest himself. And then people go, well, you know, you could have mites in there and bugs in there. Guess what birds eat? Yeah, exactly. That's what they eat. So, a lot of this stuff, I don't know where this came from, where you need to get in and clean out a birdhouse. It's not true at all. So yeah, I'm going to put this thing together, and I can have it together in like just a couple of minutes, or takes a minute or two. I'll show you guys. So what I usually do is I nail the two sides and the bottom together, and then I'll put the back on. Well, you can put the back on or the front on, it doesn't matter. But it just works better that way. So the easiest part with the bottom is it's 5 by 5. That's the space they need inside. Now the brad nails I use, well, all brad nails are actually galvanized, so they don't actually rust. So yeah, I put the bottom on first because it's square. Then I put my two sides on. Then I can put my front on, which is, I always glue everything because brad nails, they hold quite well, but glues do help just that little bit more. Oh, I shouldn't have, I got to do something else. I'm going to show you guys what I actually do for the birds on the inside. I forgot that step, so I had to do it right away. I just run a saw blade through here because this is going to be on the inside, so that when the birds are in there, they have something to hang on to get out. The reason you have to do that is because the hole, the access hole for the birds, the bottom of the hole needs to be roughly 6 inches up from the bottom. Now, like I said, some people believe, oh, if you don't build it exactly specific measurements, they won't come. Well, that's just nonsense. They will pretty well nest in just about anything. Whatever's available to them, there they are. But it's always nice to try to keep it close to the same size. Now, another reason I like putting those saw marks, you see this? This is actually ventilation for the inside. And it works quite well. So now this is the back. I'm just going to put a mark here because I only want about just a little bit, enough so that if you need to, you can put a screw in the base into a pole and a screw in the top into a pole to make sure that it's fastened quite well. So I just need to put a mark here. That way I know where I'm putting the glue. Now, I have to change my bowl saw to a different one. Now, here's my bowl saw kit. Now I need 1.5 inches. I grab my tape from over here. Gonna make sure I got the right one. This is 1.5 inches hole saw, which goes into this fitting. Just gets screwed on. There's a couple lock pistons in this, or pins. They just go, you screw them down so that they fit into the hole saw itself. What that does is it stops it from going too tight when you want to take it apart. Now, because we want it 6 inches up from the bottom of the inside, so this is the bottom at 6 inches. So I'm just going to set my hole saw up. That's the 1.5 inches. Now, This is the top. Yeah, am I going to leave it a little long? Yeah, I think I am actually. Now the reason I don't leave a huge amount of space at the top is because it's not necessary. You're just wasting material for no reason. And I don't leave a lot at the bottom either. The reason is because you're just wasting a lot of material. The only reason you leave this down here and this up there, I think I mentioned it before in the video, that so that you can actually screw it to the bottom to the post and screw it to the top at the post so that you have a really nice solid fit. Now if you wanted to put in hinges, this is the time to do it. You can put in a couple small hinges up at the top so you can lift it up and down. Or what I would suggest, if somebody wants to have it so that it's movable, I would just put a couple screws in it, and that way if you really, really want to clean it out, just pull the screws out at the end of the year, clean it out, put 2 screws back in, and it's done. So I think that's what I will do, because I'll be making quite a few of these for people this year. Now this one is going to be for myself. This one is going out in my around my horse's paddock. I'm actually going to be putting out 4 or 5 out there this year. That's it. That's a swallow house. Pretty simple. You know, it took what, maybe not even a half an hour, maybe 20 minutes to measure and cut everything, cut all the angles, nail it together, and it's all done. So now what I'm actually going to do, because I don't want to have to finish this, and I don't want it rotting on me too quick, so I'm actually going to take a torch and just kind of burn it over a little bit, not too dark, but just a little bit. Now I have a new torch coming because mine actually gave up the ghost, and this is an old one that I had kicking around, so. And it's not working real well. See, it keeps going out on me. But I'm not too worried about the sides or the front. It's just mainly the top and the top edges. I have to wait for my new one to come. I ordered it yesterday and it'll be here on Monday. Because if I tip my torch up at all, it goes out on me. I do a lot of wood burning, so I have to break down and get a new one. So what I'm actually going to do in here as well is actually I'm going to drill a couple smaller holes in the top, just for extra ventilation. Some people put in really big ones. I don't like to do that because I think it can cause more water to get inside the birdhouse. So I just like to put one at the very top. What that does is it lets the hot air that's inside escape because it's at the highest point, so the hot air should come out and cause fresh air to go inside. Now the other thing I do, I'm going to use a smaller drill bit. In the bottom, so that if there is water that gets inside, it has somewhere to go. Even after the bird makes its nest inside, and water gets in there, poop and whatever else, it actually has a nice ventilation from underneath as well, so that it keeps the inside pretty fresh. So yeah, that's pretty much a swallow birdhouse. Very simple, very easy to build. Takes no time. It cost about $10 to build this one, including the nails, the glue that I used, and everything else. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, that's a swallow birdhouse. One of the most important birdhouses you're ever going to put up on a homestead. So yeah, I'll show you some of my other birdhouses that I built. I built a few this week because we've been having some pretty bad weather lately. So yeah, this is the castle that I built this week. There's a small gnome birdhouse. Well, it's actually not that small. It's 20 inches high. The castle is almost 4 feet high. There's a little hummingbird one. I'm not sure if you guys seen any of these over here, but there's this is a bird feeder that I built. It has I cut out some bald eagles, and it's a bird feeder. And this is another gnome birdhouse and bird feeder all in one. So yeah, needless to say, I've been building birdhouses, like I said before, for years and years, and I build a lot of birdhouses, a lot of different ones. Anywhere. Swallows are a great bird to have around. I'm hoping if I put up a few of these this year, I can attract a few more. Last year I had 2 pairs living on the homestead last year. I used to see them around on and off. I don't know where they have their nests. But this year I'm planning on putting a couple. The other thing is that you kind of need, the birdhouses need to be about 100 to 30 meters apart for swallows to occupy the birdhouse. They don't like to be confined in one area because, like I said, they eat 850 bugs a day on average to maintain their weight and their energy that they need. So yeah, it's a great bird to have on your homestead. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Maybe consider subscribing. Smash that like button. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for watching.